Hello and welcome. How does the IT services industry make an impact in the real world in India? Well, we saw an interesting confluence of ideas and themes, the healthcare industry coming together with the technology industry to create a new forum whereby new technologies could be delivered essentially to improve the quality of healthcare to the average man in the country. So I'm now joined by R. Chandrasekhar, President of NASSCOM, who's been spearheading this effort. Thank you very much, Mr. Chandrasekhar. So this is an interesting idea, right? I mean, it seemed very obvious that, the logical confluence of these two worlds, technology or IT services with healthcare to deliver better and affordable access to healthcare to every Indian.
Yes, I think the whole idea is that there is a significant impact that well-planned use of technology can have in the delivery of health services. And while the access to healthcare is a problem, especially in the rural areas, the quality of such healthcare is also an issue. And the cost of such healthcare is also a big issue. And some would sometimes argue that you cannot afford this kind of technology interventions, as it is healthcare is so expensive. But actually it's the exact opposite which is true, which is that you cannot afford not to use the power of today's technology to actually accomplish the objective of accessible healthcare and affordable healthcare. Having said that, this is not some magic wand which exists with the IT industry, which can be just waved and the problems of healthcare sorted out. Ultimately, the healthcare problems have to be addressed by people in the healthcare space, both in the government and in the private sector. What the industry can do and does in fact do across the world is to actually help to envision that transformation and then actually help to accomplish it in practice. So these are not theoretical concepts or just ideas, but backed by the power and ability to actually execute those ideas. So the one thing that the industry brings is a set of ideas with the ability to actually implement them.
Right. So what's the one problem area that you think it could solve to start with, or the one challenge that it could embark on?
Well, there are a number of different problems. It's very, very difficult in an ocean like healthcare to really say this is the one problem that we need to fix. But having regard to the larger issues of access, affordability and quality that I was talking about, can you envision a particular kind of future in which such access is easy? Can you envision a future where, for example, people don't need to tuck all the medical records that they have and run from pillar to post in order to get health care, where they have to run from one doctor in one location to another diagnostic in another location to maybe some other institution somewhere else in order to get maybe insurance or maybe to get the medicines. Right. So the whole point is that today if you don't actually need to physically be inside a hospital, there are many things that technology can do which can actually save you that trouble and which can provide not only the service that you want, but actually provide you access to the same service of a much better quality.
Right. So Indian IT companies have traditionally been outward focused. This is not only a domestic opportunity, but it's a domestic opportunity of a different kind, which is far more on ground than perhaps some of the other opportunities.
Right.
Is it geared for something like this?
Well, I think it's a big opportunity, because if you look at the domestic market and the situation within the country, then a lot of these problems are not peculiarly Indian. It's not as if it's only India which has this problem. Most of the developing countries have this problem. And if you see the developed countries, they have their own set of issues as well in the healthcare space. They may not be identical to what we have, but they have an equally challenging set of issues. So as you look at what are the kind of technology interventions which today's technology, especially the more recent and the more powerful ones like social media and mobility, mobile use of mobile telephones, the cloud, use of the cloud, where you can actually have a service, for example, which stores a person's records, and you can actually avail of that service for a very nominal cost. So and then you can have analytics built on top of that, which helps you to see, discern patterns, and to some extent even predictive healthcare. So a lot of these things are now actually becoming possible. So the key point is the industry has to see how these tools and techniques, which they have been leveraging all over the world, can actually be applied, within India. You need to understand the context, and therefore the need to understand, the healthcare space and what are the practical issues becomes important. And that's why working with people in the healthcare delivery sector becomes critically important, because that knowledge actually resides with them. And you have to actually work with them to envision a future, a strategy, and then actually work together to make it happen.
So last question, what's the rollout frame time?
Well, what we have done is this MOU is actually a first step. It first brings together two institutions which hitherto have worked largely independently of each other, and which is one of the factors in why the full potential and power of technology in this sector is not being used. So what it does is, it's not a project which is going to be executed in a certain time frame and which has a certain budget outlay. It is a collaborative framework, it's an institutional framework which will actually enable, which brings together both sides to dedicate a certain quantum of resources in terms of people, in terms of money, and in terms, most importantly, in terms of people who are thinking ahead and actually helping to create that vision of this sector, a technology-enabled healthcare delivery system in the country. And that vision, in order to accomplish that, a set of priorities would be identified. That's the job that this institutional mechanism would achieve. Identify those priorities and then say which are the interventions which we should take up as the first step. And over a period of time, there will be a number of such interventions which will happen. And each of those interventions will come with a specific time frame, specific budget, and a specific resource requirement. So at this stage, this is more about setting that framework in place. Over the next few months, we'll actually see all of these pieces rolling out as we go forward.
All the best for that. Thank you very much for
Thank
speaking
you.
with us.
Thank you so much.